Good morning, everyone. Robin Shea here. Welcome to day 28 of Before the Fork, the 28-day experience. And this is our final morning message. Everything is coming to an end, and I hope that you guys have just milked everything that you can out of the program. I hope that the six pillars and the four phases and the desired self story are setting so strong in your mind that you're relating to your food and fitness world on a completely different level. This morning, I have two quick messages for you. And the first message is the fact that we are forever and always on the potter's wheel. We are being molded and shaped and designed each and every second of each and every day. And God, in His wisdom and His mercy and His grace and His love for us, He allows us the freedom to change our shape, but He allows us the love and respect to continually mold us and shape us into what He knows our strengths can be. So, moving forward, if you have a bad day, if it's something that you're not honoring or rising up to the highest and the best in yourself, know that you are on the potter's wheel. And every second is a rebirth. Every breath in is a breath of life, and every breath out is a death of what we no longer want to be alive in us. So you are born and you die in each and every breath that you take. You are not stuck in some paradigm or some image of yourself that was either put into you through someone else, those exterior forces that we had so very, very little control over, our parents, our friends, our social environment. Hi, Lisa. Uh-oh, sorry about that. All of the situations that were poured into us as children, all of the words that molded and shaped our super ego or our inner critic or our self-dialogue, all of our self-dialogue was poured into us through forces that were outside of us. And here we grow up to be these humans, these living, breathing, thinking, feeling creatures of God, and our internal voice can completely and totally sabotage us. But when you're aware of the fact that your inner voice, your inner critic, your super ego, there's a lot of words for this part of our psyche. When you realize that imperfect humans helped build your internal language, the language that you speak to yourself, I want you to consider two things. And the first thing is, I want you to err on the side of love, knowing that the people that poured into you most often poured into you with a tremendous amount of love. They may have been devoid of what you needed to mold and shape you into a fully actualized, positive self-reflection, positive inner dialogue, positive super ego. They may have lacked in that area, and they weren't able to deliver to you the words that eventually turned into the way that you speak to yourself on the inside. But I want you to have grace and forgiveness for whatever wasn't given to you. And I want you to have the wisdom to go back and give to yourself what wasn't given to you through your environment as a young child. The older I get, the more precious each and every word become to the littles in my life, be it my children, my grandchildren, my nieces, my nephews, whoever it is. If I can pour into them words that when they repeat those words back to themselves, are words of strength and empowerment and love and patience and acceptance, then I feel that maybe weren't they what they were not given as young children, maybe in some way those words will rise to the surface and they'll believe in all of the innate goodness that rests inside of them. And, I was incredibly blessed in my young life with a lot of positive affirmations, a lot of positive talk from my parents. But we also had our degree of struggle, and I've shared that with you quite intimately and very transparent. I did grow up in an alcoholic home. My father didn't get sober until I was 19 years old, and that environment in and of itself breeds a lot of internal confusion. Uh, but I like to think, and I don't like to think, I really think that through the contrast of growing up in an environment that was full of love, yet incredibly full of um, human imperfection. Growing up in that environment, realizing the contrast that lay in that environment is what has led me here to you today. So when you're reflecting back on your life, know that you are always on the potter's wheel, and that inner dialogue that doesn't serve you can be rewritten. You have the power through the Holy Spirit to rewrite the way you communicate with yourself. You know, at the end of the day, it's between you and God anyway. The success of this journey, the growth from this journey, what you got out of the 6 pillars and the 4 phases, how God helped empower you with your own desired self-image. It's all between you and God. And knowing that you're on the potter's wheel, for me, it was one of the most beautiful realizations to know that I could sit that suitcase down at the foot of my bed every night and I never, ever had to pick it up again. I'm on the potter's wheel. I'm in consistent and constant and perfect evolution and change. And that if I hold on to those mistakes, I'm inhibiting God from continually molding and shaping me into the person that he wants me to be. To err on the side of love is a choice. To err on the side of kindness, of acceptance. So many things tie into this message today. The message of the sheep, the wolf, and the shepherd. Just because you find forgiveness in your heart doesn't mean that you have to be self-sacrificing. It just means that you do not have to take hate with you. You can find forgiveness and gentleness in your heart. You can become the sheep through your forgiveness, but you have to be the shepherd of your own life. You have to recognize the polarities in the world and shepherd over yourself with wisdom, protecting yourself from human misleadings and just the awful things that can happen in the world. You have to shepherd over yourself, but you are on the potter's wheel. If you don't get it right today, please don't beat yourself up. Please don't judge yourself so harshly. Allow yourself to grow. Allow it to minister to you. Seek God in every imperfection. What are you trying to teach me here? And when that becomes your goal, then he is in the process of creating a masterpiece. Let's see. Marjorie has a pearl of wisdom, as she always does. A potter never throws the clay away. The potter only reshapes and molds the clay into the vision he has for it. The Lord is the same way. That's so perfectly said. Absolutely. Every little imperfection, every little thing that we do that we don't think lines up to the highest use of ourselves or isn't part of our desired self story, know that it's part of our story. It's part of your story. And the only time it goes to waste is when you don't extract the meaning from it. So as long as you're extracting the meaning from any of your shortcomings, then you are honoring God. You are honoring God, the potter's ability to shape and mold and form you. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that these 28 days together have opened your eyes and opened your heart into a new way of thinking about transformation. I hope that you embrace it from a more gentler, gentler is gentler a word? I don't even know. From a more gentle perspective. And I hope that you feel better about yourself today and moving forward than you ever have in your entire life. That's what I want you to take away from Before the Fork, the 28-day experience, is that we are all works in progress and we're all perfect. We're exactly as our potter is shaping us and molding us. Don't fight the potter. Just accept the shortcomings and extract the lesson and keep pushing forward. That will allow you to maintain yourself on the top of that happiness ladder in all of the glory and wonderment that is in those positive green zone emotions. Even though life can throw a boomerang and knock you off balance that fast, when you pop up and you start looking for the light, then the light will reveal itself to you. So anyway, that's my message for you today. I did want to expand a little bit and talk to you about the Success Fusion. Marjorie had asked me a question about Success Fusion and the way that the workouts are written. There's 12 workouts. I work with a Tabata timer, so I'll give you the exact app that I use to download onto your phone, so you know how to get into the workouts and how to use the timer so that you're incredibly effective every time you either step into a weight room or into your home gym. In my home gym downstairs, I have minimal equipment. I mean, dumbbells, I have 2 benches. I have what else do I have? I have an exercise ball. I don't use it very much. I literally have invested in my home gym about $200. Very minimal equipment. But I get fantastic workouts. So you do not have to go to the gym. You do not have to. This can totally be done. I did this for one season 2 summers ago in my backyard. Every day I went into my backyard with my minimal hand weights and did this really great Success Fusion workout. So the way that it is organized is you have 6 stations. So you have 6, just think of them as stations, 6 stations. Each station is 2 moves. So let's keep this real simple. Oh, I wish I had my workout from yesterday. It's in my car. Let's say dumbbell curls and squat kicks. So that's at station 1. Station 2, you'll have 2 moves. Station 3, 2 moves. So in total, since you have 6 stations, turn that volume down. Since you have 6 stations, 2 moves, you have 12 moves in total that you're going to be working with. So when you start at station 1, your Tabata timer is set to its certain calibration or timeline. So the buzzer goes off, you do your first move, and which is 35 seconds. We work up. It's anywhere from 25 to 45, but this is a progressive workout. So you start, you do your move, the buzzer, you take a 15-second break, and then you move to your second move. You work through the buzzer. When it buzzes again, you take a break, you go back to your first move, and you're going to do that 8 times. So you're doing each move 4 times. Does that make sense? Then you take a recovery minute, and then you move to your second station. So it's incredibly elementary. And I'll tell you real quickly how I came up with it. I was training my niece in the gym years ago. And it was her and, I don't know, 4 or 5 of her little friends, and we'd be in the gym. And these are high school girls, right? So talky. And I'm kind of a no-nonsense gym person. So, I mean, I would try to get these girls into a rhythm of something, and then between each set, they're just talking, and they're getting off track, and they're wandering, and answering their phone, checking their, I'm like, all right, this is not working for me. So I started doing some research on how I can stay very cardio active, but at the same time, get a good lift in, and how it can work and complement each other. And I worked very closely with Mac, and we came up with Success Fusion. And Mac is my son, who is a certified trainer, trained at UK, has been a personal trainer for the last 4 years, fitness competitor. So he's very, very well versed in actually the nuts and bolts of making the body work. I wanted to protect women. So you're not going to find any crazy, CrossFit type moves. You're going to find moves that once you learn how to do them properly, which there is direct instruction on how to do them properly, the chances of injury are very, very minimal unless you go off course. And I wanted it to be expeditious. I wanted, when you go in there, I want you to know, okay, this is a 34-minute workout. But for those 34 minutes, I'm busting it. Or this is a 47. It just depends on where you are, because these are for 12 weeks. So they kind of move up in time as you get better. So we start you at a certain level and we just kind of escalate you up. They're wonderful to do with a partner, because while you're on the first move, they can be on the bottom move. So you're on one, they're on two, and then they're on one, you're on two. So it's really, really great to do it with a partner. And this is how I trained in the gym, in my gym here for, we had the gym open 3 years, and I loved it. And I would have never, ever left the gym if I didn't start traveling with Paula, but it just didn't allow me to do both. But I loved training the women in the gym, and they loved it. Every one of my clients in the gym loved Success Fusion because they knew exactly what they were going to be doing when they went in. The board changed every so often, as your workouts will change too. So the comprehension is there. The well-roundedness as we utilize the muscle groups is all in place. So you don't have to think about anything but showing up for yourself. Good morning, Michael Ann. What's the name of the Tabata timer that you use? Hang on. I think it is Tabata Pro. Let me pull it up on my phone and I'll show you exactly. Okay, these are all of my fitness apps that I use. Well, I don't use all of them, but there you go. All right, this is Tabata Pro. And so as you can see, I have 8 cycles, 6 Tabatas. I have a prep time of 20 seconds. I have a work time of 35 seconds and a rest time of 12 seconds. So if I turn it sideways, that is a 41 and 44 second workout. Okay, so this is what I did yesterday in the gym, and it's hardcore. I mean, I was wringing wet when I was done. What you can do, if 6 sets is a little bit too much for you to begin with, you can start with 4 sets. Once you purchase the workouts, they're yours. You own them, and you can ask me any question on Before the Fork, and I will demo any move for you that you have questions with. But I wanted to make it affordable, and I wanted to make it empowering for women that are just a little intimidated by the gym. I didn't want to rely on equipment. So you're not going to see equipment outside of barbells and very basic equipment. You're not going to see fancy equipment in any of the workouts. So I'll be posting that up on the other page as soon as it's ready to go live. And it virtually is ready to go live. I just need to do a touch and make sure everything's in place. So, and again, it's going to be incredibly affordable for everyone, because I'm more interested in getting everyone in the gym than I am making any kind of home run financially on selling anything like this. I'm seeing 2 apps that show Tabata Pro in the title. One is free, one is $2. I use the free one. And I've never, it's never not performed for me. I don't know what the feed one has to offer outside of but I've been using that for 6 years. So I'm going to venture out and say that it does everything I need. If it does more, I don't know about it. Who knows? I might be missing out on a whole lot. But for me, the free one has been everything that I needed. So I wouldn't pay unless you see something that, you're like, yeah, I definitely need that. Okay. So that's my message for you today. Stay on that potter's wheel. Allow yourself to be molded and shaped. Be forgiving of yourself. Know that you're perfect. You're perfectly imperfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. And that is such a beautiful way to be. I don't want to be a piece of art sitting on a shelf. I want to be in constant motion. I want God to rub rough edges off of me that have been sharpened through life. I want him to smooth me and to shape me and to continually mold my heart to love a little deeper, express a little more freely, and everything that can only be given to us through his grace. So stay on the potter's wheel. And I'll have those Success Fusion. I'll have that up for you on the other page here before too long. Are there any more questions? Does anyone have anything else? Not Tabata Stopwatch Pro. Let me, mine just says Tabata Pro. You know, if it's free, let me look here in the App Store. You know, if it's free and it's not what you're looking for, you can always uninstall it. Let's see. Of course, my phone is moved. My phone has decided to quit on me. I can't hook to Bluetooth. I can't hook to Wi-Fi. So it's coming to an end. I'm going to have to get a new phone. Tabata. Okay, so right here in my search, Tabata Pro. Let me click on that. This is mine. Okay, so mine has an update, so I can go ahead and update mine. It's Tabata Pro. Let me click on it. Tabata Pro Hit Interval, Simple Touch LLC. That's the one that I'm using. Can you see that? Hit Interval, Simple Touch. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and update mine. And it's got almost 8,000 ratings at 4.9, and that's for the free one. So, you know, it certainly does offer a lot. Okay, I love you all. Tonight's message, I'm looking so forward to bringing it to y'all. We're going to do an overview of the 80-20 lifestyle. Please have your questions ready for me. And then I'm going to be asking for any feedback on the course, in any areas that you think I could improve, and also just if there's something that you would like to let people know about this course that might inspire them to take it in January when the next course is going to be offered. I would love to have those testimonies from you. So, okay, I love you all, and I will talk to you tonight. Remember to always love with your whole heart. Allow yourself to be blessed, and never forget to go out and be a blessing to as many people as you can today. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.